So our crisis negotiation unit is about 25 people that are negotiators that are specially trained to respond to crisis situations, hostage situations, and try to peacefully resolve the situation. It's a countywide resource. We actually have members from 5 different agencies throughout Washington County. Anybody in Washington County can reach out to us and we can respond to the scene. Again, those calls that we're going to respond to are people that are suicidal, people that come in a crisis event, something like that, or potentially something more dangerous like a barricaded subject or a hostage situation. So we absolutely work with our technical negotiation team, our SWAT team. Whenever they're called out, we're called out too. We're kind of, they basically bring the tactical side, right, to try to have it so that the situation is contained, and then that way we can come in and we can try to negotiate with people and try to reach a peaceful resolution. And if it can't happen that way, then the SWAT team is there to be able to help out. The community really expects us to, as police, to be forward thinking, and we want to be able to go out and resolve situations peacefully, and that's really what the community is expecting. And we can't do that every time, but our negotiation team is highly trained, and that's what we're out here to do, is really bring the calm to the community in a time of crisis.
Come on in the van. All right, so in where we're at right now, we are in the intel section of the van. So in here, you're going to have a couple different team members fulfilling the role of intelligence. Their job is to sit and find out anything and everything they can about our subject. So we're surfing Facebook, we're looking at Nextdoor, we're looking at anything and everything we can to try to find out information, to include neighbors' phone numbers so we can let them know what's going on. And so we have 2 members that will sit here. They each have their own headphones that they can listen to the call when we do get into a negotiation, which is obviously the goal when we roll out on a call, is to get the subject on the phone. We want to talk to them. 95% of our calls are negotiated with a peaceful resolution, meaning that no force was used and the subject came out willingly. So that's the intel section. This is what they do. They call, or they dig up any sort of information that we can find out on our subject. Moving back here, this is where the negotiation is actually happening. This is our NOC, or our Negotiation Operation Command Center. This is where the negotiations happen. So we have, right here will sit a primary negotiator. Their job is to be the one that's actually on the phone. When you hear about a negotiation, or you see something in the movies, you see one-on-one, you see bad guy, and you see the negotiator. But there are far more roles to be filled, as I talked about a moment ago, with 26 team members. Everybody has something that they're responsible for on the team. So you have a primary negotiator, but with them sits a secondary negotiator. So their job is to simply support the primary in their role and help them with anything that they need to come up with to keep the conversation rolling. We're on a call out sometimes for hours. I think the longest call out we had was this year. It was over 30 hours long. So there are times where you're on a call out and you're talking to somebody for a long period of time before a break. And so you have to come up on the fly with things to say, and it can be very difficult. So as a negotiator, you are constantly working through how to keep the conversation rolling and how to gain influence over the person through negotiating. So that's why they have a coach, a secondary, that sits with them and helps them. This entire back half of this van, the NOC, is a whiteboard. I like to show this. You probably wondered why I had a Sharpie or a dry erase marker in my hand the whole time. It's to show off the fact that they can keep notes and write on any part of this, the back of this van. That's what the kids like when I take this out for demonstrations at community events. They love to write and color all over the back of the van. So the other 2 people that are back here, there are 4 people back here total, is a scribe. Their job is to do just what I showed you, write and take notes all over the van. And then we have a doctor. We actually have a psychologist on the team who gets paged out with us 24/7. She's a private practice psychologist. And she responds to our calls day or night. She gets the call, she comes, She listens to the call, and her job is to give us pointers and tips as to where to take the negotiation, things to stay away from, things to bring up, and so on.